November 7th, 2022. Start off by saying if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to tell you a little story about something that happened to me today. You may find it interesting, you may not. I don't know. Today I went hunting, put a video up earlier today. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. I'll put a link to it in the description. But about the last hour and a half, 2 hours of hunting, I started having some chest pain and pain in between my shoulders, which, don't immediately start saying it's my heart and all that, because I've had a heart cath done in 2018 and they told me my heart was clear, healthy, like an 18-year-old. And I've had shoulder injuries before, so I just kind of put it off as, my shoulders that have been hurting, my neck's been hurting, so I figured it was maybe the way I was sitting or moved that I aggravated something there and it was hurting me. Well, I started, like I said, I was having that chest pain a little bit, and I started having fluttering feelings. Kind of ignored it, got done hunting, got in the vehicle and left, and on the way home, in 4 different locations, several miles apart, I could smell funeral home flowers, roses. And the reason I can pinpoint what it was, my Granny Betty used to grow roses, and I don't really like the smell of roses. But this isn't like you drove by and just got a whiff of it, like just you smelled it out, just a little bit. This was like you were standing in the middle of a rose field, just all you could smell was roses, and it would last for a pretty good ways on the road. First time I didn't think nothing about it. Second time I didn't really think nothing about it. But the third time, when I smelled it the third time, I'm like, what the heck's going on here? Why am I smelling it? And I almost stopped and turned around to go back to walk so I can try to figure the smell out. But like I told you, I wasn't feeling that good. Still kind of have that little bit of fluttering going on. Not worried about it, so don't y'all be panicked about it either. But the fourth time I smelled it, immediately after I smelt that rose smell, a huge, huge owl flew across the road in front of me. I don't know what these are signs of. I don't know what it means. Of course, when I come home and told my girlfriend, with her being in the medical field, she's like, oh, that's a sign of death. They claim that you can smell that when one of your patients is fixing to die. You can smell it in their room, one of them things. But to me, I don't know what it meant. It was very strange. Like I said, this wasn't like you smelled it in one section and you could keep smelling it. You would smell it for, let's say half a mile. You could smell it in the vehicle. The windows were down. Then you wouldn't smell it no more. And you get a couple more miles down the road, you would smell it again. And it would just kept doing it all the way till I got home. Until the owl flew across in front of me. It's very, very strange. Very strange. Now, I was raised kind of superstitious a little bit, You hear mourning doves and things like that for 3 days in a row. They claim somebody's going to die in the family, and we've had that happen over the past year. We've lost several people in my family, and we've heard mourning doves. But this one here has just kind of got me puzzled as what's going on. Why did number one, why did I smell that? And number two, this huge owl. A lot of owls are huge. If you've ever seen when they look little, but when they throw their wings out, they can have 6-7 foot wingspans. This owl was huge. And after I saw the owl, I didn't smell it no more. I didn't smell the roses no more. But have any of y'all ever had anything like that happen to you? Are you superstitious? What's your thoughts on what you think, why I smelt these strange things? I don't understand how you just smell roses out of the blue and not just a whiff of it. I mean, it was like you were standing in a field of them. That's how strong the smell was. And in 4 different locations, several miles apart. It's strange. Let me know your thoughts on this. I'd like to hear from you on this one. Have you ever had a situation like it, or are you superstitious? Do you know what it could mean? I'm asking y'all for some help on this one. I posted about it on Facebook. One of my good friends said, well, maybe the Lord's trying to tell you something. So I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on this. It's got me puzzled a little bit. I'm not gonna lie about that. It does have me puzzled. Never smelled anything like that before. The last time I saw an owl, I was a teenager, and we caught one. We thought it was dead. We threw it in a toolbox, and when we stopped to show our friends, when we opened the toolbox, that owl come out, and it wasn't happy. And if you know what I mean, it come out ready to fight, and it flew off. That's the last time I saw an owl. But This is just very strange. Let me know your thoughts on this. Stay safe out there. Keep your head on a swivel. Always be aware of your surroundings. Protect yourself and your family at all times. You're not safe anywhere in the world anymore. And get prepped up.